what I do. I am a Taekwondo instructor for an outreach program that meets a group of students for once a week, 45 minutes each class time, unless the student follows me to another location and has more training time with me. Demeanor, how you act to a student. The students are the reflection of the instructor. So I'm there, and to a degree I am looking into a mirror. If I don't have a loud key up that day, my students will not have a loud key up either. If I'm having an off day and my own energy output is low, so will the energy output of my students. So I learned to always have high energy, as much energy as I can. And if I can't do that, and my students also have low energy, then I can't get mad at that. I can encourage them to put on more energy, but I can't get mad at that because I'm not putting out my energy. I'm not putting out my 100%. Also, I need you to think about an instruction manual. In my first video, my introduction, I mentioned about the instruction manual. We are dealing human to a human, not a piece of paper to a human. Have the same detail and content as an instruction manual would, but don't sound like one. Put some emotion into it, not anger, not sadness. Encouraging tone. Don't be monotone. Okay, lift up your knee. Okay, and then pull your toes back. Keep your foot pointed. Pull your toes back and kick with the ball of. The student is not going to respond well to that. I started using buddy. Hey buddy, if I don't know their name yet. If I don't memorize their name yet, I'll say, hey buddy, come on over here. What's your name? And then eventually I will start remembering name and face. Be warm and encouraging. Be warm and encouraging to when you are teaching, either to the whole classroom or one-on-one, like in drills when they're doing the drill lines. Be warm, be nice, and goofiness doesn't hurt at all. Don't be harsh. 3 things can happen if you're harsh to the student, especially if, well, here's the student and then here's you. You know, you're much bigger. It's intimidating for a young child to have to feel scared of someone that's big. It's nature. They're gonna feel scared of you because you're bigger. So be warmer about it. One of three things could happen. 1, they become harsh back to you. Remember, they are a reflection of you. A student is a mirror of the instructor, either the instructor or the assistant. 2, the student just won't respond to you. They'll ignore you. 3, the student gets scared. I haven't made a student urinate in their pants, but of course there's been accidents in class before. Be warm. Be warm. I use the word buddy. I make them feel comfortable because they are in a new environment, a new situation. The instructor's job, unless the instructor doesn't care, is to create this comfort zone for their student and students. Create a comfort zone for them to where both you, the instructor, and them, the student, can operate and function 100% fully. There's tricks to use, but there's so many for me to talk about that this video won't be under 15 minutes. Being warm. Being warm. I don't mean being cutesy. Oh, how you doing there, honey? Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good. It turns from harsh instructor to harsh drill instructor to maybe a cutesy, overdone, nice. In the middle is where the balance has to be. Be nice, inviting, but also let the student know that you mean business. Once that line is not clear anymore, the student doesn't know how to respond to you. Doesn't know how. So I feel as an instructor, you can't be too lax, and you can't be a drill sergeant from the military. These are young kids. And their parents has a choice to keep sending them to your class or to not anymore, unless you're the professional studios that have a contract. Okay. My job, my locations doesn't have a contract. We are only an outreach program, but I give the best quality, studio quality I can into my program. I'm responsible for my program. So, demeanor. Have a cool demeanor. A firm, authoritative, I might be using that word wrong. Authoritative demeanor. That's nice enough to not scare the student, but firm enough to enforce policy. Enforce policy. You've got to stay on top of your policy. The moment you relax on the policy, that's when the student's going to think, oh, what I'm doing is okay because my instructor is not enforcing it as he or she normally would. Enforcing, like, okay, you're talking in the line when you're supposed to be focusing on your kick, go do 20 push-ups, and so forth. Enforcing punishment. You say the word punishment and it sounds bad, but it's negative reinforcement. Okay, I'll throw a big term at you. Negative reinforcement. Push-ups, exercising, those are forms of negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement, an example, this example escapes me. They turn the wrong way doing their pumse, and you say, oh, it's okay, you'll get it good next time. So again, balance between the negative and the, like I said before, there's so many details and hints and that I could tell about demeanor. It's something that you as the instructor and or assistant, especially my assistants, I need you to develop that. Watch me in class if you're my assistant watching, or if you're just another aspiring instructor. How can I make it more simple? Drill instructor is self-explanatory. Being a drill instructor is okay, but I think that's too firm. Find the balance between Sesame Street and drill instructor. Find the middle. Be firm, enforce policy, punishment if you need to, but don't overdo it. Overdoing this when they start crying. Now, if they're a okay, if they're a crybaby, then you can push the envelope a little bit. That's okay. It's judgment. This is the thing I cannot give to you right away. Is I can't give you good judgment. You've got to develop that on your own, because I don't see your students. You don't see my students as well. Assistants, you see my students. Start looking at how I deal with them. Look at my demeanor. A lot of times the stare is enough to get the student to understand they did something wrong. But that's my stare. Let's see. That's it for now. Wait for the next video. Bye.